Saving green.
Good morning, ninjas. Good morning on this beautiful freaky Friday. Always something freaky going on Friday. Busy Bee and I had an interesting start to our day yesterday morning, but we'll get more into that a little bit later. What I wanted to show you before we get going is Tiny hasn't made that noise this week at all. With that being said, because we had an interesting day yesterday, we noticed something, and I wanted to go ahead and show you before we get going here. Busy Bee just got here himself, and see if you ninjas, some of you mechanic ninjas, know what might be causing this. So Busy Bee and I were looking at this yesterday, and what did you notice, Busy Bee? Go ahead and come over here and point it out. Because I know just by having this camera here, it's not noticeable, but point it out real quickly.
When I got to looking yesterday, I seen that this hose is compressed in a little bit.
It is compressed in and just completely squeezed. Look at this. And I don't think that is normal, would you say?
No, it's not supposed to be.
Now, what else was missing yesterday that we added?
Oh, antifreeze.
Now, we don't, I think this is the overflow, but there is a max and a minimum, and it was below the minimum. It was completely, I mean, very, very, I would say there was none in there, but I mean, there was some at the very bottom. So I ended up stopping at AutoZone, and we just added all the way right here up to the line. So one thing, ninjas, that also we noticed is if you open this cap, this should breathe, right? A little. Let's see what it does. Do you see it moving? So it expanded a little, like back to normal. Ninjas, let us know what you think. I haven't had a chance to take Tiny in. He hasn't done that noise this week at all, and this may not have anything to do with that. We don't know, but anyway, I wanted to go ahead and point that out to you. It's something we noticed yesterday, but we'll get into a little bit later why we noticed that and what kind of a start to our day we had yesterday, because we didn't get to even start on our first yard till what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Something like that.
Pretty interesting. So okay, ninjas, so just pulled up at a new quote. It looks like somebody's already mowed it. Definitely looks like somebody's mowing the neighbor's yard. These are some nice homes, but I don't know what's the ordeal here, why they want a quote. Maybe the person they're using is not reliable. That's a nice edge too. Somebody's doing a decent job in my opinion, but I will walk around and check it out. Looks like a pretty simple and easy to mow yard. I am wearing the new Cujos, by the way. The only thing I got out of this is they're looking for a hey, ever walk into a spider web and all of a sudden you become a professional at like Taekwondo? Freaking spider webs. What's going on my lawn care ninjas? What is going on this Freaky Friday? Freaky Friday, that's right, because you know there's always something freaky going on Friday. Actually, we had something freaky going on yesterday morning, but I'm sharing it with you on a Friday. We just pulled up at this yard. I'm not going to record here because a lot of you have seen it. I know this part of the window right here is dirty. It's so dirty. I need to go ahead and clean Tiny and detail it fully. There's Busy Bees getting ready to slice and dice out here. Yep. Yesterday we had an interesting day. Figure I'll go ahead and share with you before I get going, and then the rest of the video we'll just go ahead and show you hopefully some mowing footage. But so yesterday we didn't start our first yard ninjas till like I don't know, it was like 2 o'clock by the time we got done, and then maybe like 2:30 by the time we got to the first yard. So a lot of you ninjas know, me and Busy Bee, we changed the front rotors and pads on Tiny, what, 3 months ago, maybe 4. So Wednesday we heard like a grinding noise, and I'm like, what the heck? So I'm thinking originally it's the back pads, right? Because that is the one last set of pads that I have to change. We didn't touch those, and I think they're factory pads if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I've ever changed them. Maybe I have, but I'm not thinking of it at the moment. But we'll figure it out once we actually change those here soon. They are getting pretty low. When I had that flat in the last video, and when Juan took the tire off, we looked at it, and I mean, they're wearing out evenly. The rotors look good, but the pads, they definitely look a little thin. So that means it's time for new ones. But the grind, it started to, and it got really bad towards the end of the day. So yesterday they were calling for rain, even though it didn't really rain during the day, or it didn't rain at all, but it rained Wednesday night. So I told Busy Bee when he shows up, I said, hey, before we get started, if it's raining, fine. If not, we need to go ahead and look at these brakes again, see what's going on. I was like, I don't know if they're worn down again, or maybe we just installed it incorrectly. Sometimes that can happen if you push those rotors all the way in and you don't have it exactly pushed in, that it sits into the place where it's supposed to be. You know, you could have a little wiggle, right? And that could be the case too. We didn't think that was the case, but you never know. I was like, hey, you just have no idea. But I've never seen pads and things like that go bad in 3-4 months. So anyway, he showed up, we took them off, and ninjas, let me tell you, they were so bad, and we were rushing to get everything done so we can get started with our day. I didn't even bother recording because I was in a state of shock of how bad they were. Matter of fact, they were so bad, ninjas. You want to know how bad? You want to know how bad? Real bad. You know how bad? Bad enough that we actually had to take the rotors out too. The rotors were shot, ninjas. The rotors were shot and the pads were shot. I don't know what is going on with the Duralast from AutoZone and Advance Auto, whatever. You know, we made sure we installed these absolutely correctly. I mean, took our time and really did it the only way you can and the only way we know. And I had to replace the rotors again in the front. They were shot, and the pads. So luckily, you know, I do have a lifetime warranty on the pads, and then I think the rotors were like a 1 year or 2 years. So we were able to replace all of those and then put new ones back on. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. If it does it again, I'm just gonna have to go back with the manufacturer Ford. So what happened with Cujos is, remember how I told you in the video that sometimes their size seems to be off by 1 number, at least for some of the reviews and comments that I have seen? Well, come to find out, the size 13 boot was a little too small for me. So I contacted them and they sent me size 14, and it fits perfectly fine. So I have brand new in the box size 13. So I say if anybody's out there with a size 12, these would work really good for you. So I don't know if I'm gonna actually do those giveaway or not. I was thinking about it. That's why I'm going with this. I'm thinking about maybe doing a giveaway or just keeping them for, I don't know, a giveaway. I don't know. I'm not gonna use them because I don't want my feet to hurt. But anyway, the Cujos so far are doing good. I mean, it is the first day and whatnot, but they are holding up. Hey, I wanted to ask you ninjas also, have you guys seen the new Spartan stand-on mower that has been designed, built, and released? If you follow me on Instagram at sg_ninjas_official, I have posted a couple of pictures and even a video clip of it being recorded at one of the inside showrooms. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It is a beastie looking machine. I'm super excited to demo one here soon. I gotta go. Here we are, ninjas. What's going on? Another day, another dollar, of course. So we did not get to finish yesterday's video because it got really dark on us and we had to work really late. But we're gonna go ahead and pick up today since we are doing a few yards today. But we just got to our first yard of the day, and a lot of you will recognize this because I did record a little bit here last time, but I'm not gonna record this time. There's no point. Anyway, it is the dental clinic. So if you're wondering, why are you starting just now? Why are you starting this now, Busy Bee? Oh, Busy Bee. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah,
how you doing? Why are we starting so late?
We had to go do something this morning.
And what is that? What is that we had to do? Where did we have to drive far?
Not too bad.
You were really early at my house this morning.
Yeah.
Why were you so early?
We had to go get some new shoes for Tiny.
Oh, some new shoes for Tiny Ninjas. That's right. That's right. Finally got some new shoes for Tiny and got some professional and very, very good. It was a very good experience with professional individuals who care what they do. The customer service was just top of the line. It is probably, Busy Bee, I would comfortably say, the best shop, car shop experience that I have had in a while. Yeah. And all thanks to Busy Bee, because he recommended this place to me because I was getting ready to need new tires here soon. And Busy Bee just got new tires on the truck that's been sitting for months, but and I said, hey, what size are your tires? And he said they're what, 34s?
34 1250s.
34 1250s. I said, well, hey, mine are 35 1250s. What did you pay? And so he told me, and I said, what? Holy cow, they are so much cheaper. Very, very affordable. So I was like, hey, do you mind calling that place and getting a quote for my size tires? And he did. And I mean, the saving was like $600-700 compared to what I had paid for these tires right here, which are made where, Busy Bee?
What was it?
Thailand, right? Yeah, Thailand, which I didn't even know. So I was riding on some Thailand tires. Anyway, I did keep these tires because they still have some tread on them, as you can see. And I'm gonna go ahead and sell these because you can probably still get another 1,000, 2,000, maybe even 3,000 miles. Depends how you drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell those. I did not want to just throw them away because they still have some life to them. But are you ready to see what we got? Are you ready to see it? If you're wondering where's the other two, they're in the trailer. You just kept two. Now ninjas, check it out. Take a look at this tire. Now this is the first time that I have ever had a, what kind of ply?
12 ply.
12 ply. And what I have discovered and found out, thanks to the awesome people at the shop, is that I've been running 10 ply. And on the 10 ply, the max PSI is what?
I think you said 65.
65. And in order for my light on Tiny to turn off, I have to run what?
70.
At least 70. But Tiny does recommend 80 in the back, right?
70 in the front.
And 70 in the front. But I've always just ran 70 all the way around because I wanted the light to be turned off.
Yeah.
So not only did they tell me that that's dangerous, right? So it's not really good for the tire. I mean, it could blow, it could explode, it could, many things. But also it's gonna wear the tire down a lot faster. So he said, honestly, Nick, you really need a 12 ply because the max PSI on the 12 ply is
80 psi.
80 psi. So we got 70 in the front, 80 in the back. Running 12 ply, and honestly, if you got a truck like this, probably a lot of you already know this, but I would totally recommend to go with a 12 ply instead of a 10 ply because that's what you really need for a size truck like this. And Federal is not made in Thailand. It is all American made, and that was even a bonus. Yep. And so I really love that. As a lot of you know, I love to support anything that's made in this country as much as I can. So what are they called? Gladiator?
Yep.
Gladiator X-Comp AT, made in Thailand. So anyway, ninjas, that is what we have been doing this morning, and we're gonna go ahead and get started, knock out this yard, and I got a couple more yards today, so I will get some footage, and we're gonna combine this video, of course, with what we did yesterday. I mean, they just look so aggressive and so mean. And actually, ninjas, for the first time, since this is the first time going with the 12 ply, for the first time, my tires actually stick out just a tad bit from the fenders without any spacers. And that is what I've been wanting, Busy Bee, all along. Tiny is looking good, looking slick, and ready to kick some tail. You ready, Busy Bee? All right, let's get her done. What's up, ninjas? What's up? Hey, look where we are. Look where we are. We are at the church, the all-time famous Ninja Church, of course. And this is our last one of the day, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some footage since now it's been, what, 2 days in a row just chitty-chatting with you ninjas, and I haven't even gotten any mowing footage. So Busy Bee is gonna take care of... Wait, are you mowing at all? You're just gonna go ahead and weed eat? So he's gonna go ahead and weed eat. We're kind of rushing because... We're kind of rushing because he's got some plans going on for the weekend, and you know, I want to get done too. So ninjas, Busy Bee has found that it is easier to get around a big property like this on a mower and a weed eater.
Yeah.
You prefer it quicker? Do you still have to get off the mower, of course?
Every now and then.
Have you tried weed eating with the mower?
Yeah.
It's like standing on it? How's that going?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Hold on to it.
Okay, but it's faster, right? Especially when you have a big property. I mean, we've got the whole field, ninjas. We got the whole front. We got these little islands around the church, and then you got the whole back. Then you got the little children's playground in the back.
Saves you a lot of walking.
That's a lot of walking, no, for sure. But all I ask Busy Bee is if he thinks when he jumps off the mower that he's going to be off the mower for a little while, you know, a couple minutes. You don't necessarily have to turn off the mower, but at least throttle it down.
Yeah.
To save on some fuel. Speaking of fuel, you may have to top that off. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to it.
Saving green.
Saving green be the team. We them ninjas, we them ninjas. Saving green be the team. We them ninjas, we them ninjas.
We them ninjas, we them ninjas, yeah, chop it up like a blender. We them ninjas, yeah, chop it up like a blender. Quick, fast, cut your grass, yeah, chop it up like a blender. Quick, fast, cut your grass, yeah, chop it up like a blender. We them ninjas, yeah, chop it up like a blender. We them ninjas, yeah, chop it up like a blender. Quick, fast, cut your grass, yeah, chop it up like a blender. Quick, fast, cut your grass, yeah, chop it up like a blender. Saving green be the team, we gon' pull up on the scene. Cut your grass by any means. It started out as just a dream, like Biggie. Now we the best in the city, like Biggie. Now we the best in the city. Pull up, saving green.